When seeing this tank, most of you are gonna be like, wow, he finally got it. Personally, it was just a the grind is over. Don't mind me, the event Wargaming put in place with the lockboxes was probably one of the greatest in terms of tanks to receive. Personally, in order to grind my CDA, I just played over and over. I bought around 20 keys, and out of those 20 keys, I got 2 times the AMX M454, 1 time the AMX first prototype, 2 times the AMX 3057, and 1 time the AMX CDA. So in the end, it's definitely worth it for people that don't own any of those tanks. But if, like me, you play and buy those lockboxes only to get one tank, the frustration, man, it's just so frustrating because you have to spend again and again and again. You're gonna get parts for the AMX, you don't care about the M454. You're gonna get first prototype, you don't care about it, etc. The only thing you care about is the AMX CDA, and the drop chance is the exact same as the other tanks, which means that it's totally random, and 2 times in a row the number of parts you can get for the tank. First, it's random because it depends on how many boxes you manage to get during your battles, which are popping randomly. And the second random factor is the fact that you don't know what kind of parts you are gonna get. Please, Wargaming, do something to fix it in order for us to get the lockboxes or to get the CDA part every time we open the lockboxes, because this is just horrible. A horrible way of redeeming a premium for people that already own everything. But the run being over, I finally managed to get my hands on that beast, and to be fair, even if I like it, I would probably not advise you to get it, and here is why. When we take a look at the gun, it's quite a good one, to be fair. You have a good DPM, a good penetration, and an extremely accurate gun. This is probably what touched me the most about the tank. The aiming time, 2.9 seconds. It's extremely fast compared to other tank destroyers of the same tier. Now, for the gun dispersion, even if it's not the best, it's not a problem because of your aim time. The GPM is quite good, 2.6k, so 8.1 seconds of reload. The average penetration is good as well, 260 will do the job on pretty much everything you encounter, 310 even better, 350 alpha damage per shot, and 8 degrees of gun depression. In total, let's say that this tank's gun features everything you could expect a good gun to be. It has also one specialty, which is its mobility. 50 kilometers per hour, and trust me, you get to that point really, really fast, which makes me feel when I'm playing that tank that I'm more of a medium than a tank destroyer. And of course, you can adapt your playstyle to that mobility, which is a really good point. But there is one thing that really sucks about the tank, in my opinion. The fact that, yes, it is extremely angled when you take a look at it like that. But the small part here, you see there is a line traced on the tank. This part here is extremely armored. Even if you are not angling your tank at all, you can expect some bounces. But when you cross that line, all the upper part of the tank is less armored. And what I hate about it is that it should be reversed. I mean, what's the point of having the upper part of the tank, the part that we're going to show to everyone, that is the weakest part compared to the lower plate of the hull? It was totally illogical. If Wargaming wanted to follow the tendency and follow up what they did on pretty much every single tank they already implemented, they should have made the lower part weaker and the upper part stronger, because right now you can't use the 8 degrees of gun depression effectively. By that I mean that it's impossible with that tank to hull down. You need to peekaboo from hull down positions, but you can't hull down, you can't bounce shots. And this is frustrating because by not allowing us to do this, Wargaming just made a copy-paste of the Canon Jagdpanzer, but instead of having it in the German tech tree, we have it in the French. In order for you to understand what I mean by that, we have two replays. One being a first or a tanker, I don't remember exactly, and another one where we are going to play differently. In the first replay we're watching right now, boys, you will see that we're going to use our mobility. Because as soon as I got the tank, in fact, I realized that the armor profile was really, really bad. And of course, with a bad armor profile, you need to use your brain in order to make it on the battlefield and do good games. Don't mind me, I still think that the tank is really good. It's just not fitting my playstyle. Personally, when Wargaming first announced that tank, I was hoping for it, based on the armor profile and how angled it is, that you could brawl. At least on hull down positions. But, well, it's not the case, and maybe my review is is going to be different and subjective because I had expectations about that tank that were not filled. Now, let's take a look at what we did here. As you can see, we have an amazing mobility. We managed to sneak a shot on the Ice 3, circle, get him on the other side, and you're going to see that the Ice 3 is going to try to sneak one shot on us. But thanks to our mobility, I have the time to completely escape before taking any shots, thanks to the Tiger 2 killing the target. Now, the thing about the CDA is that you are extremely weak to HE shells on the sides. So when you do this kind of tactic that I used on the Ice 3, you need to be extremely careful. If you jump straight into the battlefield and 1, 2, 3 mediums are circling you, it's over and you will literally not be able to do anything. Now, of course, if you use your mobility wisely, you try to eliminate lonely targets like it was the case with that IS-3, like it was the case with the second IS-3 and therefore the Panther 2 as well. You will see that you can still do quite a lot of things. And here is the issue I have with the armor profile. You're going to see it against the Panther. Here, for example, if you take a look at the Panther's point of view, he can get me in the lower plate, right? And you're gonna see that in the lower plate, you get penetrated, which is logical. But I'm gonna take another one straight into the upper part of the hull that will still penetrate. And being penetrated not even in the weak spot at the front, I don't know, I was expecting something like the AMX AC-48. If you don't use any gold shells, you can't go through the frontal part of the tank, except if you sneak a shot on the cupola. And if you switch to gold shells, then yes, you can penetrate everywhere. And the fact that we don't have that on the CDA, I don't know. I know the tank is good, but I can't figure out how to like it. And I will probably never like it, unfortunately. It's probably going to be a tank that will take up some dust in my garage, unfortunately. But hey, that's how it is. You can't win all the time. Now, of course, you saw that by using our mobility here, it worked perfectly. What did we do? We waited for the opponents to sneak shots on our allies, to be focused on our allies, for us to use our mobility and our DPM to circle around and sneak some shots like we were in Mosquito, coming back for blood once again and again and again. Now for the second play style, you will see, I don't know, I feel like personally in my replay we see or we feel my frustration of not being able to brawl with the tank. You gotta know that I'm an extremely aggressive player. The only tanks I love are the tanks that I can play aggressive with. I'm not a camper. I hate camping. I can't stand waiting for more than 10 seconds without doing anything in this game. I need to be active, right? And for all the people that want to play actively, I wouldn't recommend the CDA. You are extremely weak toward your enemies if your team doesn't follow. You are extremely dependent to your team because as you can't push first, well, you have to wait for them to do the job. So here is the perfect example. If I was playing with, I don't know, maybe a Yak Panther 2 or something like that, I would have already tried to get up to the corridor on my left. But here with the CDA, even if my mobility allows me to take that position in no time, if I take it and someone pushes me, it's over. So well, we are forced to wait, but here as I can't wait too much, I'm trying to sneak some shots. There we go for the spick. Now I'm going back to a safe position because I'm gonna get spotted. And talking about spotting, as the tank is extremely low profile, you will have one of the greatest camos at tier 8. It can help, it can definitely help, especially if you're trying to hide or if you're trying to sneak some shots at long distance without being spotted. But personally, this is an advantage I will never take advantage of because I'm an aggressive player. Just take a look at that. What I'm doing right now, I shouldn't do it. I just do it because I know the enemies are not gonna focus me. And of course, as they are preoccupied by the rest of my team, I have my free way. And this is the kind of things that you need to do with the CDA. You're gonna see through the whole replay, not a single one of my opponents is gonna take care of me. And it's important because you can't handle any shots. So you are forced to wait for your enemies to be in fight with your allies in order for you to get your cards to play and to go jump straight on the battlefield like I'm doing there by circling all those tanks. Of course, it comes to a price here, that price being penetrated by the AMX 5100. But who cares? Who cares? It's not a problem. We killed both of them, and now all we have to do is dealing with the 30 that is already dead, the Tiger 2, and the M41 Bulldog. So I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna go straight on the Tiger because by now, even if I take some shots from the guy, I kind of don't care because I already did a good game. So there we go. We jump straight into it. We get one shot in. Probably a second one before it dies, and here you're gonna see against the Tiger 2 my crazy penetration here, especially. Just take a look at that. Even if he's trying to angle a little bit his upper plate, he can't, and we penetrate him quite easily. There we go. The guy got killed, and in the end, yes, we did a good game, a 3.2k1, but still I'm remaining unsatisfied. I feel like this, I don't know, Wargaming missed the chance of giving us a premium version of an AMX AC48, which would have been a better choice in my opinion. Maybe it will come in the future. Maybe Wargaming actually did not want to get something like that implemented, and this is why we got a weaker version. But if I had to sum up the tank, I would say it's an AMX AC48 with a better gun, a better mobility, a better gun depression, but it comes to a price, a really worse armor. So guys, all you have to do is picking. Would you like to get it or not? Keep in mind that in 6 months it will probably come back in the shop for gold because this one is definitely not broken and will not be expected in crates, at least in my opinion. And to be fair, as we have Blitz Fair right around the corner, if you have some gold, spare them because it's more important to get the tanks that are available in the auctions because those tanks are more broken. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Give me your opinion about the tank in the comments. And personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.